So you finally reached the point in mourning the loss of a loved one that you are finally wanting to share your story. Congratulations, you have finally entered the grieving phase. Hi, my name is the Muse, and today we're going to be talking about how to share your story without it being a morbid one. This episode is being sponsored by the Sharif's Coffee, who specializes in international single origin and specialty blends. The house favorite is the Chickamauga, which is a therapeutic, heart-healthy blend of roasted chicory, cinnamon, and cardamom spices blended in a 30% Arabica dark roast. Try some today at thesharifscoffee.com. So, mourning and grieving are both considered similar and often interchangeable. However, they're very different. Grieving is internal while mourning is external. Grieving is the internal work that we do to process and work through our emotions, while mourning is external. It looks like anything that grieving looks like physically, like the crying, the sobbing, those types of things. So when we actually sit, we take the time to breathe and research enough to cut through the chaos to answer some of those questions that have been driving us crazy. This is grieving. It's functional. It's therapeutic. Taking the time to share your story is not only therapeutic, but it can help others in many ways. But unfortunately, a lot of times when it comes time to share your story, some people are not going to share in the joy of your newfound freedom of expression, especially if the loss has been a traumatic one. They may find the topic morbid and depressing, especially if you're talking about the loss of a loved one, thus making you feel like you're doing something wrong, or even for even wanting to share those precious moments that you've had with your loved one with others. Well, I'm here to let you know that this is not always the case. There are actually tons of people waiting to hear your story. They're waiting for you to share your story. Death, as morbid of a topic as it may seem to most people, they're curious about it, because we all know that it's going to happen to us. Death is imminent, and a lot of people are curious as to what it looks like on the other side. But even though a lot of people may seem interested in what it will or what it may be like on the other side, most of them are not really ready to accept the fact that death is imminent. So the overall idea of avoiding morbidity within your storytelling process is just something that's really not going to happen, because most people are not ready to accept the idea. In my free prompting journal that is in my bio for story writing, I have the writer answer the question, what do you think happened after someone dies? This is a very important question. I have the writer answer this question first. I actually have it as the first prompt because it cuts straight to the chase. We all know that we're going to die one day, so let's skip that part and just get to what we think happens after someone dies. I mean, do you believe in life after death, or is this an idea that just seems spooky and out of touch for you? It's a topic that many of us contemplate but are afraid to explore. We've all had visions or dreams where a loved one has come to visit us, whether they were living or not. So be sure to include these in your narratives because they offer hope to those you are sharing your story with. Make sure you keep a pen and pad by your bedside and a little light so you can jot down some of those dreams that come to you as you sleep. Whether these dreams are good or bad, people often feel compelled to want to listen because they offer insight to another place or dimension that is outside of this current place that we are in. And lastly, for those of you who are or have suffered a traumatic loss, know that sharing your story without it being morbid is nearly impossible because grief that is attached to traumatic loss itself is a complicated one because there are often stigmas attached to the loss itself that make the person sharing the story feel isolated. Stories or narratives that involve murder, suicide, rape, domestic violence, these types of things, basically anything where the outside community can say that the loved one or that your loved one may have been to blame, or even the source of their death may make you feel outside or isolated from the community. But I encourage you to share your stories anyway because they are usually very compelling ones. No matter what the narrative is, you deserve to share your story and heal from your trauma.